Hey guys, it's me, your girl, back again with another pick a card video. And today's video is going to be what message does Spirit have for you today? Okay, so you already know the drill. We have 3 stones set out. So first is going to be the red jasper, and then we have some polished amethyst, and then labradorite. Go ahead and make your choice. Take 3 mindful breaths. Ground your energy and keep an eye out for your pile. Okay, pile number 1 with the red jasper. This is your reading. So as always, we're going to start off with the tarot cards. So we have the Fool, 6 of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Chariot, and the Moon. So I think it's really interesting. I just want to point out that all of these cards are upright, which doesn't happen all the time. But the general vibe that I feel here is I feel like naturally you're like very pessimistic. And this is actually really calling you to tap into that like you're very pessimistic, right? But you're also really fun and like childlike almost. The 6 of Cups upright talks about like revisiting childhood. And so like I feel like sometimes you're like extremely foolish, right? Although this is not what this card means, but that's like the vibe that I'm getting. The Queen of Wands also talks about being warm. The Chariot talks about success, but the Moon talks about like fear and anxiety. And I feel like right now, like you're really kind of like overwhelmed by this fear, this anxiety, this like whatever it is. Just like, you know, of course we're all going through a hard time right now with COVID and quarantine and not being able to see people that we want to see. Like definitely, you know, I totally understand that. But you know, even though we're not having the best time of our lives right now, it's important to remember that it's okay to have fun, you know, and I think this is really calling you to like tap into that like fun loving nature that you have. So then I have taking risks in reverse, and I have thriving. Yeah, so I feel like you're just not really taking risks. Like you're definitely trying to be more calculated, trying to be more like mature or adult, you know, and it's actually really hurting you, whether or not you feel like that's true. So I would encourage you just, you know, laugh a little. Laughter is very powerful, and it's very good about raising your vibration. So naturally, you know, whenever there are negative entities around, if you laugh, it changes the vibration around you. So like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. This is coming out pretty quickly. I don't know if you can tell the way that I'm speaking. I'm speaking very, very fast. So yeah. So we have the Bardo, we have Shapeshifter, and the Flame in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you've almost like lost your spark, like your passion, you know, maybe just like your zest for life, that childlike nature that's innate within you. And you're kind of like in this phase of like, yes, you want to grow up, but at the same time, like you want to find that balance, right? And I don't know why, like, I felt the need to say you want to grow up. Like, maybe you just want to be more serious. Maybe you just want to be the type of person who doesn't always just leap into things. Maybe you want to look before you leap, and that's okay. But the point is you still got to make the leap, right? So I don't know if that means something to someone. I don't know where that came from. Just came out of nowhere. But yeah, I just feel like you really, like, lost, like, your spark, like, your zest. You feel really worn down by situations or by life or just circumstances, whatever that may be. But definitely, like, Spirit is just reminding you, like, hey, like, laughter is medicine. And it's important to remember that, you know, you're here to enjoy life. Like, you're not just here to work and die, although that seems to be the general thought process, and I can totally understand that. But when you realize that you're meant to experience things, even though work is work, it's still an experience. And it's important to remember to be present, especially if you have anxiety, because anxiety is whenever you have fear of the future or you're too future minded. It's important to ground yourself, come back, be mindful, and be present. Okay, pile number 2 with this amethyst stone. This is your reading. So as always, we're going to start off with the tarot. 5 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and Knight of Pentacles. So I'm actually going to pull some of these cards as well. We have, yes, okay. This is the general vibe that I'm getting. So I don't know. I feel I'm getting heavy relationship vibes here. I don't know if that's relevant to you, but this could be even work, friendship. But generally, like, this is what I'm feeling, is that you would rather, instead of saying what you want to say, you're keeping your emotions to yourself because you just don't want to argue. You just don't want to, like, piss people off. You're agreeing to disagree. And you're just, like, so overwhelmed right now that you just don't even, like, you just can't. Like, that's literally what I'm hearing. I just can't. Like, not right now. Okay, but I'm just going to let you know that this is actually creating more issues. It's creating more, like, essentially, once you say what you need to say, get it off your chest, I don't want to say this problem will disappear, but pretty sure it's going to kind of figure itself out. Communication is key to everything. So I have inflexibility in reverse. I have the truth and abundance. So I feel like right now you're really focused on your money, your finances, right? And you just feel like you're working really hard, but it's just not happening. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like some of that is because you're not speaking your truth. You're literally blocking yourself by being inflexible, by not being willing to say what you have to say, by giving a little, right? Like a bamboo, it's got to be able to bend, and that's part of what makes it so strong, is that it's able to bend from time to time. If you have a dry twig, it doesn't bend. There's no green in there, right? So it just snaps. And that's kind of where I feel like you're at. Like, you're about to snap, honestly. And Spirit is just telling you, like, speak your truth, let it go. Let it out. Jesus, like, yeah. I don't know what it is, guys, but y'all need to speak it, okay? Let's see what we have here. The Tear in reverse, the Siren, the Queen. So the Siren talks about, like, a call, like feeling called, like a siren song. And then we have the Queen, of course, maternal, ruler of the roost, maternal kind of vibe, right? And then we have the Tear, and I feel like the Tear here is in regards to the situation. Like, you just don't want to hurt anyone, right? But with your words, and so you kind of like drown yourself in like work or just other things just to kind of avoid whatever this is. I don't know, guys. So the is it Three of Swords? No, never mind. So yeah, I don't know. This is like really conflicting. I get really conflicted vibes here. Like, whatever is going on, you are super conflicted about it. You're really just like, I would rather not deal with this. I'm just overwhelmed. Like, you would rather just push it off, because I feel like you just don't. I feel like whatever it is you have to say is going to hurt really bad or hurt someone really bad, and you just would rather avoid all that. But honestly, like, who are you really helping, you or them? Like, be honest. It's almost like, I feel like, oh gosh, this is going to be such a bad reading. Like, I just feel like really selfish vibes here. Like, this is almost like, yeah, it's just like kind of hoping it's going to go away, but it's not going to. So this is a letter, Postcards from Spirit. It says, "Dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material word. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but your first, the primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover these essential truths here on earth, where we all agreed to play. Today, trust your spidey sense. Read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for we are right here, and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible Spirit." So yeah, I'm just going to show it really quickly if y'all want a screenshot, whatever. But yeah, I feel like you already know the answer. Like, you already know what you have to do. You're just like not listening to your intuition. Stop doing that. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I feel like this is kind of like, yeah, it was a little rough, but the truth will set you free. Isn't that what they say, right? They say that, but I know it still sucks. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff wherever you see this. And I'll see y'all next time. Last but not least, pile 3 with the Labradorite. This is your reading. And of course, we're starting off with the tarot. So we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. You had a lot that came out and I just kept them. So, okay. And then I am going to look at these as well. Okay, so the Knight of Wands in reverse talks about like scattered energy, and I definitely feel that here. It's just like super wild, super crazy, but I feel like you're just like really worried about your future, right? The future of what's going on. I feel like you're managing a lot of stuff. You're trying to grow spiritually, you're trying to grow financially, you're trying to grow in a lot of different ways, and you're almost like pulled in a million different directions, right? But I think it's important to remember to protect your energy, and that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting here, right? Not everybody should have access to you at all times, right? I feel like sometimes you want to please everyone, and so you feel like you have to like respond, or you have to like be available. And I know that quarantine or COVID has only made that worse because now everybody's on social media, and it's like we all know we all have our phones next to each other, but that's okay. Like, you don't have to be available 24/7. So here I have love, pleasure, and openness, right? And I feel like these are the things that Spirit wants to remind you to embody, right? It's okay to partake in pleasure. It's okay to partake in love. It's okay to be open to things, right? It may not be in your plan, but I feel like it's in Spirit's plan, right? I feel like you are very structured. Like, I'm definitely getting like list maker, like kind of vibes. And I think it's super important to remember that just because it's not on the list doesn't mean that it's not important. And if it's like, yeah, I don't know. So I have the box, the sword, and the mask in reverse. So I feel like maybe you're in this period of like integration of ego, shadow work, and you're really realizing, oh, excuse me, I guess you're tired too. I don't know. Because I'm totally awake. I don't know why I'm yawning. Yeah, I just feel like you're cutting through a bunch of bullshit, right? You're cutting through your own bullshit, other people's bullshit, and you're realizing you have a lot more to offer than what you thought, which is good. I feel like you're really growing like in your self-confidence, right? You're really starting to partake in all of those things, those self-love, self-care, just like I said, recognizing your bullshit, just really like growing, vibing, right? But it's okay if you're not where you want to be, right? Because then you still have something to work towards. And I don't know why, I just feel like you're very future minded. You're like, I want to be there, I want to be there. But please remember that this is all a journey. This is all a journey, and it's not a race. You're all going to get to where you want to go as long as you keep moving, right? How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you climb a mountain one step at a time, you know? Just don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to push it. Because again, look at how many fucking boxes. Oh, freaking, I don't know. YouTube has a thing. I don't know. Look at how many boxes there are. Each box is another layer upon a layer upon a layer, okay? So just understand that it's going to take time, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, you're still going to reach that gem in the middle there. And that gem is still there. It's not going anywhere. But just remember to respect the process and understand that it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. I don't know why. I just feel like really called to say that. Gosh. Okay, so this is a letter, Postcards from Spirit. So it says, Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people. But then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. Stop. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. loving you forever and ever, Spirit. So first of all, I just want to point out that I say trust like all the time, so it's freaking me out there. But yeah, no, for sure. I just feel like you're very, like, yeah, you are focusing on what other people are doing. You're forgetting the importance of this journey, to experience love, to experience pleasure, and to experience openness, to be open to everything that comes your way. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that was helpful. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know anything you want to hear about. Just let me know. So yeah, y'all take care.